Gina's got the brains.
It's like talking to Einstein.
Julian's got the brawn. So Gina dated a rocket scientist.
Scholastically, we have more in common.
And he whipped out his IQ.
159.
And Julian, what are you IQ?
I don't know, maybe 12 inches.
After Julian dates a woman who thinks he's smart enough.
He knew a lot about the female anatomy.
Will they figure out the formula together?
Smart and sexy.
Smart,
Intellectual
sexy.
stimulation.
Or have a change of heart?
I'm Chris Jagger. Welcome to Change of Heart. This is a show where couples who've reached a crossroads in their relationship voluntarily go on one blind date with someone new. And we're going to meet their dates a little bit later. But first, let's meet our couple. Now, she's a writer with an insatiable thirst for knowledge. And he's a fitness trainer aiming for physical perfection. They first dated back in New York. Then they met up here again. And they've been dating now for the past 8 months. Please welcome Gina Bolton and Julian Stark. Now, you guys are on here because you have some mind-body issues to deal with. Julian, tell me how you met Gina.
Well, I was doing a promotional thing in a Spanish nightclub in New York City, and in came Gina, this gorgeous woman with a pack of friends, and and she was dressed impeccably, and I went up to her, asked her to dance, and found out that she was very intelligent as well.
So you like that?
I liked it.
Good. All right, now, Gina, let me ask you, what attracts you to Julian?
Well, I mean, look at him. He has a great body. He's a very beautiful man, and he's very, very nice.
All right, Gina, let's say Julian compared to other guys you've dated in the past. What's that like?
A lot of the men that I've gone out with in the past have been white. I find that a lot of men of color have issues. They have problems with being sensitive or expressing sensitivity or articulating their feelings. You know, they have defense mechanisms.
What?
They have walls up, you know.
What do you say? She's stereotyping, Julian?
Of course she's stereotyping us.
I'm not saying that men, I mean, people have problems across the board, but that's just been my experience.
Your experience, anyway. All right, Julian, what do you guys like to do together when you're with Gina?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, that's good to know.
We have nothing in common.
He's
she likes
exaggerating.
No,
He's
I'm not.
exaggerating.
She likes going to museums and readings and poems.
He likes going to sports
and all
bars
this.
and watching football.
That's right. Yeah.
Gina, let me ask you about his stylishness. Is he pretty styling?
Well, his apartment looks like someone still in college. He looks like, you know, like crates and boxes.
Wait. I didn't even go to college.
Crates and boxes.
It shows, dear, it shows. But, I mean, if you can say a T-shirt and a pair of 501s are stylish, then he is the man. Because he looks really good.
What is wrong with that?
Sometimes I would like him to be, you know, be in a suit. I mean, you look gorgeous in a Prada suit, and you know that. But he won't wear one.
You want him to be a little more cultured, I guess. All right, Julian, let me ask you about a typical conversation with Gina since there's such differences.
Typical conversation. She is an intellectual snob.
That's terrible.
It's not terrible. It's like talking to Einstein.
It's not true.
There's no small talk with her.
So, well, then, how do you guys communicate? What do you do?
Grunt.
He's really being bad.
He grunts. Now, okay, Gina, what about romance? Are you guys compatible there?
Yes and no. Sometimes Julian can be very selfish in bed.
What do you mean selfish in bed?
Well, I think I could get up, leave the room, go eat a sandwich, come back, you wouldn't even know I had gone.
Julian!
Oh, God.
Now, Julian, how serious would you say this relationship is?
Well, on her side, it's very serious. She wants me to. She wants me to make a commitment.
That is not true.
It is true.
I never say the C word. We never even talk about that.
No, but the second time
you have walls up. You have moats.
Wall.
You have dogs.
No. The second time we went out, she brings over a teapot and 2 coffee cups to keep at my apartment.
Excuse me, you were living in an efficiency hotel. You didn't have a kitchen, okay?
All right, Julian, tell me why this is a
nice.
good time the two of you are going out on these blind dates then.
Good times because we like each other, but we just have nothing in common, and I think, you know, it's
we have
time.
a few things in common. He's exaggerating.
Well, I think it's time to, you know, test the water and
see what else is out there.
It's her idea.
There's a little water testing going on here, obviously. It seems that Gina and Julian do have some legitimate concerns. Now, when we come back, we get to meet the people that they dated, and we'll find out, will they stay together or will they have a change of heart? to Change of Heart. We're here with Gina and Julian. Now, Gina wanted someone who could keep up with her intellectually and appreciate her sense of style. So we matched her up with a Southern gentleman who became a rocket scientist. Please welcome Chris Asopis. How are you? Welcome very much. Julian, does Chris look like an Einstein to you?
He dresses nice.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, he dresses nice. And Chris, what exactly kind of scientist are you?
My degrees are in physics and mechanical engineering, but these days I'm almost like a businessman. I'm part owner of a small research and development company that makes the thermal management systems for commercial and military applications.
Wow. Now, Julian, you have to admit that sounds pretty intellectual.
I'm sorry, what
I
was
said
that?
you have to admit that sounds pretty intellectual.
A little beanie top, on my head. It's just that
Does nothing for him, I guess.
Exactly.
Gina, the first time you talked to him, how did he sound to you?
On the telephone, we had a really good conversation. He sounded very sexy because he sounded smart to me.
So you like that, yeah?
Smart is sexy.
That
Smart is
intellectual
sexy?
stimulation. Chris, what is your IQ?
It's up there. I'm
Well, up there, what does that mean? Like 130, 140, a little higher?
159.
Wow. And Julian, what are you IQ?
I don't know, maybe 12 inches.
Talk about your date. Did you have something intellectually planned?
We went to the Getty because there was a painting there in the Impressionism wing that I wanted to see, Van Gogh's Irises. So we went to that.
Van Gogh's Irises. Hi, Chris. How was Gina dressed when you first met?
She's dressed very nice, very classy. We were going out to walk around a lot. She's wearing jeans and a really nice champagne-colored sweater. It was open just the right amount. It was buttoned down low. You could see a little bit.
It was buttoned down
a
low.
little sexy. That's
It was
okay.
sexy, just the right amount.
Oh, you know, I wear my blouses open, a little cleavage showing.
On a blind date. On a blind date, you're gonna wear your. Okay, I remember that.
All right, Chris, what else was on exhibit at the Getty besides the irises?
Tell you what was really on exhibit there was Gina, man. It was a funny thing, for real. You expect men to look at her. She's real striking. She's very exotic looking and everything. But it was the women. I swear to God, every woman we walked by was checking her out, turning their head all the way around. And
It's kind of like a Melissa Etheridge concert.
it was making me hot, for sure.
Gina, you says Julian has no finesse. What about Chris?
Well,
Finesse.
I mean, I
Finesse.
can't really judge someone by just the first date, but his car was dirty. He didn't take his car to the car wash. That was number one. Number two, he had on the kind of shirt like Izod, Lacoste, or Polo, but it wasn't. It was like Swytech, like some chemical name or
Yeah, it
something,
was.
like some generic shirt, and a pair of Dockers. So if that's stylish, then that's stylish.
You know what? There's no point in making false expectations. That's who I am. That's the whole package.
You don't want to set
deal.
your standards
Yeah,
too high, having
exactly,
to have the car washed every time.
Exactly. You put the socks down your pants and you can't deliver. What's the point?
Gotcha.
Follow up.
Gina, who do you think you have more in common with, Chris or Julian?
Well, I mean, honestly speaking, culturally, scholastically, Chris, we have more in common than that. We're both Southerners.
Chris, you got the nod on that one. Now, Gina says that Julian's selfish in bed. Do you consider yourself to be a good lover?
Honestly,
Yes.
yeah. Maybe I can give some references or something. Yeah.
What's his name?
Julia, man.
Now, Chris, obviously from the conversation we've heard so far, you stimulate her brain. You think you can stimulate Gina's libido?
I think so. I tell you what. We went to dinner at a really nice restaurant, and I decided I'd kind of hedge my bets. I ordered oysters. People say they're an aphrodisiac. So and she hadn't had those before. So she was kind of new to oysters, and luckily they were already shucked and everything. They weren't even on the half shell, so kind of disguises their origins. And they were nice sauce and everything. And I think she ate the majority. I don't know if you felt the effects or not. But,
So there you are chugging oysters, and did you feel anything from that?
Well, I mean, we were having a really good time throughout the entire course of the day into the evening. So, I mean, I think I felt the effects of the oysters, but I was already enjoying his company.
Anyway. All right, so, Chris, the date starts with you looking at art. What were you looking at by the time this thing was over?
Okay, so after dinner, it was getting kind of late. It was a weekday. I drove her home. she invited me in, and I thought, maybe we'll get some heat going.
What?
I'll use my...
On a blind date, you invite the man into your house?
I'll use my thermal management skills here to kind of control it all.
Oh, wait a minute. Julian, he was going to use his thermal management skills. I just checked.
Sounds like an exciting night.
Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly. You had to be there. So, but then, she started showing me around. She has a really nice actual art collection of her own. And then it was that moment at the end of the date, how does this end? There was a hug and a nice kiss. And
And Gina, give us your best intellectual summation of the date.
Intellectually, Chris is a hottie.
All right, there you go. Will Chris's brain power be enough to give Gina a change of heart, or will she stay together? We don't know, but we're going to find out later. But next, we get to meet the woman that Julian dated, and we'll hear what happened on their date. Heard what happened on Gina's date with Chris, and now we're going to meet the woman that Julian dated. Now, Julian wanted a quieter woman who shares his love of football and respects his need for freedom. So we matched him up. Yes. We matched him up with a writer who likes her space and loves the Denver Broncos. Please welcome Orinda Waters. Gina, who's more Julian's type, you or Orinda?
Well, I don't know how he responded the first time he saw her. I only know how he responded the first time he saw me.
Julian, I'm sure it's safe to assume that you two didn't go to the Getty Museum on your date.
Yeah, that's very safe to assume. No, I called her up, suggested a little Italian restaurant in the marina, and it happened. You know, I can be romantic when I have to be.
You mean no kookaroo for you?
When I have to be. Orinda, let me ask you, because Julian's a personal trainer, obviously big and buff there. What'd you think of his body?
His body was awesome. His body was perfect. And he was very toned and very, very romantic. When I got out the car, he had a rose waiting for me behind his back.
What?
And
You gave him flowers?
Pulled it out and everything. He was very romantic. His body
First
he was
impression.
beautiful. He was gorgeous.
Just trying to make a good first impression.
And Julian, were you impressed with her looks?
Oh, yes. I was waiting in front of the restaurant, and I knew it was her. She pulled up in a black Jeep, got out. Hair was nice. Hair.
I had long hair. I should have saved the pieces and mailed them to her.
Oh, yeah.
And Julian, what about the conversation at dinner? Anything intellectually stimulating?
No, we talked about her body.
That's stimulating in a whole different way.
Exactly, yes. She had mentioned that she worked out really hard a couple months ago, and then she started writing and got out of the gym, so I told her I could give her a couple private sessions if she wanted.
Make sure you bring your checkbook and your credit card.
Well, no, he said that...
Was that Orinda?
He said that he would give me a couple of free lessons, and I will definitely take him up on that offer, because to me, it appeared to me that he was, very well in shape and that he knew a lot about the female anatomy, so I would love the training.
Some free training sessions. Gina, do you have an occasion to work out with Julian?
I go to ballet classes. I'm not going to bring Julian with me to ballet classes.
She's not into physical
Can't
activity.
imagine that would work.
Yes, I am. Don't say I'm not into
Ballet?
physical activity.
Now, Julian, the good thing is it sounds obviously that Orinda's a little more physical than Gina.
A lot
and more
more.
active.
She likes rollerblading. She jet skis. She likes sports.
Yeah, she said.
That's all I need.
Big football fan. Gina, you into football or cheering for any kind of sports or anything?
I am a basketball fanatic. But football, I think, should be banned. I've seen too many men hurt by like one bad blow to the neck.
Julian, what about after dinner? Did you guys have some other plans?
Oh, yes, we did. I had mentioned to her that I'll talk to you later. No, I had mentioned that the Dallas Cowboys, my team, was playing. And she said she'd like to go see it, so we walked up to the sports bar and sat and watched the game. The entire game.
They're very happy.
I
used to do that with him when we first started dating.
And
then
stopped.
I stopped because
You wanna know why?
he doesn't want to compromise and do things with me, so I stopped going to the sports
Well, let me
bar with
ask
him.
Orinda,
But
was
I
that
don't have a problem with
Orinda,
him
was that
going to
okay
the
with you? Do you consider that a romantic first date, football?
Definitely. I told Julian that if I had to miss Monday Night Football, we couldn't go out Monday night. So, so we went to the sports bar, and it was wonderful. We had a great time. We were both into the game, you know.
Good.
And he made sure all night that I was taken care of.
Now, Julian, you said Gina talks too much. Did you have that
Yes.
problem with Orinda?
No. When the
exaggerating.
important stuff was on the screen, it was a comfortable silence between us. We just watched the game. Yeah. With her, with Gina, it would have been the entire game.
He's exaggerating. He's exaggerating.
All right, Julian, the other thing you
bit.
said is when she does talk that it's she's sort of an intellectual snob. Did you feel that with Orinda?
Not at all. We talked about just ordinary, average things. Talked about the Broncos. She knows about the Broncos. I mean, find a woman who knows about a football team. That's not.
Then you're impressed.
That was impressive. Impressive, baby.
Let me get the perspective from Orinda's side. Did you find that Julian talked about interesting things to you?
Well, yeah, we talked about religion. We also talked about peace of mind. And he said that he thought he would get peace of mind by being married and having a child.
Oh, he was really trying to make a good impression on
He
me.
was going deep there. Come on. Orinda, you just met Julian, but Gina said he can be a little selfish when it comes to the romance department and in bed. Did you get a sense of anything like that
Well,
from
I
him?
know she doesn't know that he
No.
is selfish in bed.
Well, no, I wouldn't know that, but I would know that he wasn't a selfish person because when I got out the car, he had a flower for me. He was attentive to me all night, making sure, are you thirsty? Are you hungry? Are you cool? You having a great time? Whatever, just making sure that I was really having a great
That's
time.
your first date. Tell me what it's like 3 months from now.
Oh, story. Is that
I
what
think
it is,
it's
Gina?
important. I think it's very important that you allow a man to be a man, and he will do his job.
All right, Julian, so you had a good time dinner, the football game.
Yes.
What about the goodbye? Was that romantic?
It was romantic, but it was cautious. She brought up that she was into religion, which I dig, and she had a passion for it, so it kind of like, I wanted to go at it easy, so gave her a nice hug. Hug, no kiss.
All right, so it ended with a very nice, cautious hug.
Yes.
There we go. Will Gina and Julian have a change of heart? That's what we're going to find out because during the break, they're going to make their decisions. Will they stay together or will they have a change of heart? Find out when we come back. All right, now is the moment of truth because during the break, each of them made a final decision about the future of their relationship, and there's no turning back now. Will they stay together or have they had a change of heart? You know, Gina, Julian, you came on the show because you were concerned that you didn't have enough things in common and that your relationship wasn't going to survive. So, Gina, we're going to start with you. You said you wanted to date somebody that was a little more stylish, somebody not so emotionally distant, somebody more giving and maybe a little more intellectual. You had a great date with Chris. You guys had a lot in common. You went to the museum. You saw some art. Seems like you're more intellectually, compatible. Mm-hmm. But it is your decision. Do you want to stay together or have you had a change of heart?
Chris, I really had a lovely time with you. I did. And I know that we're very compatible, but I just really like Julian. I mean, I think maybe opposites attract sometimes. I know that we may not have a lot of things in common, but we really do get along. So I decided to stay together.
Okay, stay together. Chris, sorry things didn't work out for you. Julian, we're coming to you. You said you didn't want to go out with somebody that was an intellectual snob, somebody that you had more in common with, somebody that wasn't worried about the big C word, the commitment that you were concerned about. Now, there you were with Orinda. You guys went to a nice romantic Italian restaurant. After that, you went to the sports bar. She stayed there and watched the whole game with you and was rooting and cheering with you. It sounds like you guys had a lot in common, but Gina does want to stay together. What's your decision?
Well, I am looking forward to these private lessons that
That's right, you do owe her some private training lessons.
Yes, but I'm going to stay.
Orinda, sorry things didn't work out for you.
Scared you, didn't I?
And you know, Gina, maybe you're right. Sometimes opposites do attract, and maybe after going on these dates, you see that you guys do need to stay together and work things out and be okay. Thanks for being here. That's our show for today. Thanks to Chris and Orinda, and good luck to Julian and Gina. We'll see you next